This is a laser, but not just any laser. The xTool F1 is one of the world's fastest and portable lasers. Not only that, but this small little machine actually holds two lasers in it, a 10-watt blue light and a 2-watt infrared. It even has a portable air purifier so that you can pretty much use it anywhere you want. Quick disclaimer, I've never used a laser before, but let me just show you how easy it is to set this up and use. You pretty much just follow the instructions, plug everything, connect the air hose to the air purifier, and then just turn it on. The first thing to do is to bring both lasers in focus by overlapping them with the knob on the side. Another feature that's super useful is the framing function. With this, you can see exactly where the laser will engrave on your object. Here, I'm just giving the laser a test run by using both the blue light and infrared on a metallic business card to see the difference. With two lasers in this machine, the F1 can support over 300 materials such as wood, acrylic, rubber, ceramic, etc. It can even cut wood up to 8mm in thickness. Honestly, just looking at the laser go, it's already fun. It lasers so fast and I'm not even using half the speed of what this machine is capable of. Here you can clearly see the finish with the blue light on the left and the infrared on the right. Okay Tiny, so we know the F1 can engrave extremely well on these materials. But can it engrave on a 3D printed figure? Well, the only way to know is to test it out, and I found this perfect 3D model by ES Monster. Shout out to ES Monster for giving me this model for free. So, my plan is to engrave the tattoos onto the model once it's completely painted. Now let's head into Lychee Slicer and have this model printed out. With the parts all clean and cured, time to dry fit everything. I recently bought this dust collector for nail salons, and I gotta say, it's really good for sanding and to keep your work area clean. If you want one, you can find the link in the description below. With that out of the way, let's give her a nice coat of black primer. Now, let's paint. I'm starting off with my usual pink base layer, but instead of using the Fairy Flesh set from Vallejo, I actually bought some singles to try and replicate that effect. That set is so popular right now that it's always out of stock. I'm still experimenting with the colors. Once I'm happy with it, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make a detailed video for it. Here, I'm using a red flesh color to emphasize all the creases of her muscles. This looks scary to do, but don't worry. It's very easy to blend it out naturally with the airbrush. I'll be doing the same thing on her face, but on areas where I want more interest, like the eyes and the nose. Once that's done, I blend it with a highlight color to bring it all together. To finish it out, I use the final highlight color on very small and specific areas to bring out even more depth from the skin tone. With the skin tone finish, time to bring back out the laser. My plan is to engrave this SpongeBob and tattoo it onto her body, and this framing function is just super helpful with this. Now, the F1 is not made to laser onto curved surfaces, so I was a bit worried how this would turn out, but looking at it like this, it seemed to be doing just fine. You can clearly see that the bottom part is not as dark, and I assume that's because of the curvature, but I'm still super amazed with the results. In fact, it was so fun that I continued lasering her body. For these ones, some of the lines were not lasered as well, and I really don't have the expertise to find out why, but I do have the solution, and that's my Gundam markers. With this, I can just trace all the lines so that everything looks uniform and fix all the little missed spots from the laser. Onto the eyes, which I think is the most important part of the figure. I'm always watching and taking notes of other people's paintings. Not just for 3D prints, but even digital art. Looking at how they use color is super fascinating. So here, I'm trying to apply what I learned and started adding so much more details to the eyes. I put more emphasis on the tear ducts, highlighting the edges of the lower eyelids. All these little things really do add up, and I'm super happy with how the eyes turned out. Next, I'll be using some inks. I'm going to do a 2-stage zenithal highlight, first with the gray and then the white for the highest spots. The reason why I'm doing this is first, because orange needs a very bright undercoat to look nice, and second, I have a little trick I like to use to make painting easier, and that's express colors. Express colors fall into the same category as contrast paints. What this means is that all the volumetric work is already done with the zenithal highlight we did earlier. Now, I just need to spray this translucent orange and all the shading and highlights will be already finished. It really is kinda cheating. To push it even more, I'm spraying the same brown color I'm gonna use for the hair just from the bottom to make the shadows more colorful. I hope you got a glimpse of what the xTool F1 is capable of. It's great for customizing stuff and making gifts for friends and families. And as it turns out, we can laser engrave 3D prints also. But besides tattoos, what else can we do with this laser in our hobby? Let me know in the comments below if you got some fun ideas for me to try out. If you've enjoyed my content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to my newest Patreon members, Funky Monk, William Parrish, and Nazair Al-Hassini. I really have no words for the kindness you guys have shown me, so I'll just continue improving and making content for all of you. Thank you to xTool for sending me this laser to test out. If you are interested in getting one, they are currently doing a trade-in event that you can get a pretty big discount. Links in the description. Now, let's finish assembling Velma and head to the glamour shots.